This video is to explain all the screens of the coding systems excluding the items screen, which we have made multi-videos for it. Now we go from the main screen to the coding system and choose coding files. We have the items screen. As we said, the items screen will have many videos to explain what's going on it, as it's mainly the coding program. We have some extra data entry screen here that we don't use frequently, but we will explain them in this video. The first screen is the main and subgroups screen. In this screen we define all our main and subgroups screens. The main groups are our first level of categorization. For example, here we have this main group, which is called diamond wire beds and build saw for quar. Its code is 10,000. Okay, you'll notice that we have another field called main group. When they are the same, so we are talking about a main group. When they are different, as in this case, diamond wires with G bond beds, we have the group code is 10,200 and the main group is 10,000, which is diamond wire beds and build saw for quar. So in this screen we have the definition of both the main groups and the subgroups on the same screen. We can enter a new group, just enter the code of the group and the group name, and we can enter a short name. This is useful in some reports in which we have limited size for labels. We may use this short name, and then we choose the main group for which the group or the subgroup belongs. We just press F2 or double click and we'll have a list. So say we have it on the multi-disk, and then we click save, and this way we have saved a new subgroup. Of course I'll not save it, I'll quit without saving. So this is how we define or modify main and subgroups in the system. We will then relate the items to one of the subgroups, so we can track the item to its subgroup and to its main group. Now we have another screen called master groups. This is a legacy screen. Many years ago we have some reports that used to group some of the groups from a different perspective. For example, we have here this master group which is called small disks granite. As you can see here in the main groups field, this includes the subgroups 13,500 and 15,000, okay, and applications G. So this is another categorization for all the items belonging to these two subgroups, and their applications is G. Okay, we are not using master groups now. It have been used 5 or 6 years ago, but now they are not used. Now we have a technical specs or technical specifications screen. In this screen we define each technical specification. We give it a short name here and maybe a description or a format, and then we list all the subgroups for which this technical specification is valid, so that when I define a new item belonging to one of these subgroups or one of these main groups, the system will automatically ask me for this technical specification. Okay, so for example, if I define a new gang saw blades and segments item, or an item that belongs to this main group, gang saw blades and segments, the system will be smart enough to list the center queue per technical specification in order to enter a value for it for the newly defined item. Okay, as you can see, we have central L, central Q, diameter. Diameter, for example, applies for multi-disc for circular saw blades between 500 and 900, etc., etc. Okay. This screen, it's about the suppliers who we are dealing with from the coding point of view, of course. Here we define any supplier. For example, we here have Abrastone, Arends. Okay, if we have a new supplier, which is rarely, I think, we just go on, make a new, give it a code, and give it a name, telephones, faxes, contact persons, some payment terms. These are all for reference only. The supplier's prices screen is also a legacy screen which is not used anymore. It was an idea that was not applied, that we can have an item, we list its name and code and the units who are using it, and then we can list the supplier prices, the different prices of the suppliers who supply us with this item. This way we may be able to compare the price of the item among different suppliers. Again, this was an idea, it was not applied. We may apply it in the future, inshallah.